Welcome everybody to 48 Talk episode 146.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Ray's Body as always. Joining me this time is DX Takamina on the right, Derek on the bottom left, Colin Jans on the bottom right.
Hi.
Loaded. How's everybody doing?
Need a gold one. Yeah.
Haha.
Another drink.
Haha, there you go. Nice, nice, nice.
There we go.
Atsui.
Atsui.
Hontoni atsui. It is freaking warm here. I don't know what happened in this country. Remember, I just came back like last week to the show, and it was like, oh, it's raining and this, and now it's like, oh, you wanted some heat? It's like, oh, come on, I'm melting.
Shouldn't be surprised. I mean, we know where we live.
Yeah, true that.
And this is only day one. It's gonna be the entire week. This is what it is.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Gonna be great.
So enjoy that little predicaments. Still.
Think about going to the beach tomorrow. Yeah.
Think about going to the beach every day.
Oh yeah, you
Why
live
not?
near the beach.
I live near the beach. I do. It's not a good beach, but it's a beach. Come on, this country has gray water. That's our beaches.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
Under
I'm
sea
gonna keep it
level
with my pool in the
crap.
garden. That's convenient.
Oh. Anyway.
Anyway.
Oh, this is
No,
gonna
he was
happen a
like,
lot today
"Go to the
because
pool."
Derek also experienced some heat. So yeah, he's gonna pop in now because of the connection, and we'll wait for him.
And we don't even have Rashiro Miru photo books yet, so yeah.
Oh really?
That's true.
So
Not melting yet. Yeah, it's so hot.
so you can see half our faces. Oh, now we're back to the full.
Yep.
Hey, welcome back, Derek.
Hey.
I switched my internet, so it's like I have pocket Wi-Fi, which is like super strong, and then I have the crappy SoftBank that never works. I realized I was on the crappy SoftBank, but because it's the end of the month, I actually have plenty of gig space left, so stream away.
Right
Look,
then.
it's like perfect now. Crazy.
It would
Alright,
have been
let's do
perfect.
it.
It would have been perfect though, except it's too warm, so another slow news week probably.
Oh well.
So let's
Okay,
just
nice.
go into the biggest, I would say, that is starting us some discussion.
Oh yeah.
Why are we expanding once again?
Money.
What money? You're not making money. You're losing
No, I
money.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Hiring
not
new
them.
stuff, new members, new extra
Not
stuff.
one group, but two groups. Two.
Yeah, that's the main problem there, actually.
You're selling your original groups from your national part, and then your international you're buying and expanding them and splitting them up in two groups, even though they haven't even started yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, for those who don't know, we had a group called MUM48. Mumbai 48. They're
Yeah.
still around, but they changed the letter to MUB48.
Yep.
What?
I don't know
Mub.
why. Maybe because it's like M Team 1, MT2 or something problem that they're going for. They're like, you just keep it B and not call it B4 or something.
Otherwise,
No.
the mum and dad jokes, maybe. I don't know. Like,
Mumb.
you'll never know.
And they were like, you know what? While we're at it, here's new Delhi, New Delhi.
Yeah. Interesting
No.
3 letters though. I consider Del like delete. Like, is that going to work?
True.
So what does this mean?
Now we have two groups where we can wait 2 more years to hear the next bit of news.
So I'm very bad at geography. These two are in the same country, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's never been done before with a international group.
They're going to
Thailand is
with
doing it right
Bangkok
now.
and Chiang Mai, yeah?
Yeah, well, it's never been
Yeah.
done before, so they're going to, but it's never been done yet.
Currently in the works, yeah.
And well, this is also currently in the works still, because we don't know any members, we don't know the concept, we don't know the style, nothing.
It's only a name.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's only a dream.
It's
It's
only
all
a
a
it's
bad
I
dream.
would say. No scheduled dates for the auditions yet, so I'm not sure what's going on, to be quite honest, so yeah.
I don't think they know either.
I'm already getting ready for it, so Derek, rant away.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. Like, first of all, I just got one word, man. One word and two numbers. Taipei 48. Okay, have they not learned anything? Like, that is the perfect example of how one of these sister groups has gone absolutely nowhere, has done really nothing, kind of been really flying low under the radar. Do have a few girls here and there, but last I checked, we had another group going in BNKs, with Chiang Mai, which we'll see. I mean, I actually feel that one will be okay. Didn't we have a Saigon 48? What's going on there?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
forgot about that actually.
Right, exactly. And then Mumbai, we haven't heard anything. It's been mum. You like that? Get it, mum?
Wow.
But sorry, that's terrible. But it's just like on top of not giving us any news whatsoever from Mumbai, anything we could even remotely hold on to, they're announcing expansion. It's like big question mark, huh? And then on top of that, it's like on top of that, like it's not even so much about losing money. It's just about what's the strategy here. Like what are they trying to prove? What are they trying to gain by expanding not just once but twice in India? Why not make sure the proof of concept even works there? Because I mean, not to use MNL48 as an example here, because since we have a massively dedicated fan base of MNL fans, I don't want to peeve them off at all. But let's be honest, they're also a good example of how not to go about, representing AKB in another country. At least they did. Now they're getting better, much better. So their progression is good. But when they started, it was a total mess. It was a nightmare. And we don't even know if the people in India are even going to embrace this. We don't know if they're going to make it too Indian, and I don't mean that as a negative. Indian culture is beautiful. It's great. I love Indian people. Nothing against you. It's just really nothing against you. But are you going to understand that this is a Japanese idol group and it's supposed to reflect Japanese values and bring Japanese idol culture to India, not bring Japanese idols to India and then transform it into Indian idols, much like MNL? That's their big argument is that I've been hearing from a lot of fans. Well, we're Filipino. We should do how Filipinos do. No, because you're representing a Japanese idol group. Therefore, you should act Japanese in your production and everything, or else it becomes something else entirely, which is something I had to say over and over and over again in the comments there by last week, which, by the way, thank you. It was an amazing amount of comments, and I'm very grateful for them. I'm not complaining, but that's my whole point, is like now we see in Mumbai, we don't even know, is there a system? Do they have any songs? Do they have any videos? Is there any practice? Are there even any members? We're not getting anything on an international level about, I mean, it's literally been nothing. Then you're expanding, and we don't even know if the Indian people are gonna be like, yeah, we're not down with that. Like, get out. I mean, let's be honest. Something in a performance in Mumbai could potentially upset people in India to the point where they might be like, out. I mean, we don't know, because in India, maybe their culture might not be so helpful to this. I don't know.
I think they do though, because I remember you and Han being there, and they really liked that. So.
True.
Well, like, sorry from ex-member Necron went to India. Loved it, had a great experience. Even made a little photo book out of it. We sold it at our shows and stuff. And it was pretty cool. And, sorry, told me that it was like really different, like eye-opening kind of, like just good. And like, I'm not saying Indian people aren't going to embrace it and take it to another level. I look forward to that, if that's the case. I'm fearful that an MNL Part 2 is going to happen there, and they're going to take it and make it into something else, which I hope doesn't happen. But my whole big thing here is, like, we don't have any proof of concept here. Nothing. Now, I would love, by the way, anybody who's watching, if you're from India, or if you're Indian, or you can maybe you're not Indian, but maybe you know a lot about the culture much more than all of us do, please comment. Please let us know your thoughts, because your thoughts have much more validity than our rants, including my own, especially my own. But we want to be informed. We want to be educated. So let us know what your thoughts are. But at this point, did any of you guys, Colin, Robin, DX, do you guys honestly see this working? Because I don't. Not to be skeptical, but I just don't.
I have my doubts, to be quite honest. More like we'll wait and see, but I think we're going to be doing a lot of waiting, to be quite honest. So.
yeah, exactly.
No, I share that sentiment. They have an interesting concept in the sense that just for the fact that they can do Bollywood Idol, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, if it works, if they will succeed, that's very loose when I say it.
Movie industry over there is huge. Well, entertainment
I know.
industry, yeah. So
Entertainment, I would
I know.
say.
So if it can work, if they can pull out, decent numbers in the sense of, sales and viewerships and TV appearances and whatnot. If it works, then I'm interested in the concept. But so far, there's
it's
nothing.
one of the
That's
largest
innate.
populations in the world, right? Currently, and estimated to be the largest population in the world. So
Yeah.
could be working. Maybe they have something there, and they're already like, you know what? We got too many appliances. We're gonna make 2 groups.
That's possible. It's a bit odd, but
But I really think, and that's just actually another topic we'll talk about later. It's making excuses like, now we have a reason to go on tour.
yeah, maybe.
I mean, here the only thing about this again, it's like, if you're going to do it, great. But wouldn't you want to at least let people know internationally your progress? I mean, it's very possible. It's very, 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 very possible. They could really be like holding everything back, and then like they're gonna just drop like all this insane stuff on us. I mean, like roll it out overnight. We'll have members. We'll have we'll have a great video. We'll have like a TV show. It's gonna be boom, 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 boom. That would be awesome. I'd give them a lot of credit. That would be cool. But I mean, historically speaking, when's that ever happened? So,
That's the problem.
Stu's still trying to figure out where to direct their boat.
Currently,
Okay.
AKB is more YouTube orientated than I would say TV, national TV wise. Now that's
Yeah,
a
for
bad
sure.
thing because they have been getting lots of international love thanks to one certain staff member that
Stuff
provides.
T-Sun, thank you.
Stuff T, he provides the subs on the official AKB48 video, so
Amazing.
now we can all enjoy it, and
Yep,
Yes.
everybody's happy.
Amazing.
I'm happy.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy. Very
As
happy.
they've been doing it consistently, which I think is good. I mean, it's.
Yeah, at least
I don't know.
there's
I don't want to
progress, right?
say. Yeah, I don't want to say each week, but like every other week. That's how I see it.
Oh,
which is good.
the Komi
Yeah.
video came out. We had now this like this Batsu game they did like a YouTube version.
But
48
Sideshot in the past.
AKB48 behind the stage for
The offshot cam, true.
The offshot,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
It's something.
if you're consistent like that, hey, I'm not complaining. That's actually what we need.
Cloud. Whoop. Indeed, true. It's
Exactly.
consistent. It's good. We get subs. I mean, he most of the time he has put out those videos. In recent times, and I want to say in the recent month, since I started talking about it.
Yeah,
in the
give this
recommendation.
person a promotion.
It's- Yeah, give him a promotion. He's
But
good.
let him stay at the YouTube because we don't want to lose this.
Yeah, exactly.
Not too high of a position, please. No, that's great. But with this group that's now been announced, it's really just skeptical. It's like, why are you guys expanding when you don't have anything under control? The only thing that's right now internationally really working is BNK, I would say.
Yeah.
Behind that
yeah.
is Jakarta, and behind that is MNL.
Now, here is something interesting, though. You know, the Asia Music Festival in August in Shanghai. Did you see who's on it? Which I think is really interesting, because Saigon 48's on it, Manila 48, Bangkok 48, AKB, JKT, and then Team TP, Taipei, and Team SH.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
same as last year.
Saigon, maybe there's stuff going on there, and again, we're just not. It's not feeding into the international communities. But again, no Mumbai. Nothing like that. You would think like there's your. I mean, how long do you need to debut? Like honestly, like
I mean,
that's. I don't know.
The Saigon one, I don't think they released a single when they started.
Not
I know
yet.
TP
They
did.
don't have anything. They don't have nothing. Like as far as I'm
maybe,
aware.
I don't know. I can't remember. I know TP, but the Saigon one, I'm like I can't remember. But it's, it's possible.
It's like this kind of like discrepancy and disparity between like what we're all getting versus what's actually happening. It's a little overwhelming because again, the idea of expansion AKB is a great idea. It's a great thought. I love it. I wish they'd come more to the Western side like America. That'd be cool. But even so, like this is it's something. You know, it's Asia, so whatever. But how are you really expanding if you're not putting it out there to people? And here's where I do give Bangkok and Manila both credit. They've done very good promoting themselves. They've done a really good job of really putting themselves out there, being connected to a lot of the foreign people, particularly Manila. They've been really good about like, you know, like they called us out. You know, I mean, they're they're pretty good about it. I don't really know if it's really their job. I think it should be more the staff's job. But still, the girls themselves are trying their hardest to reach out, and I think that's very respectable on some level.
But the biggest difference with MNL48 and BNK48, BNK48 has the concept of Japanese idols, but in Bangkok.
Yeah.
You know, with Jabba teaser coming out, and focusing on the new music and going on there. Like you said, MNL48 still has the issue of, but we're from the Philippines, we're gonna do it this way instead of doing that way. So let's go into that. You mentioned a question that we saw in the comments, and that is, what is idol? And I think we talked about this on the show before, but since we have a lot of new viewers, let's try and talk about that a bit. And then the best would be the person who is actually working in the idol industry.
Yep.
So, Derek, what's your thoughts on that question?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'd like to hear all of your guys' thoughts too, because I know like we all have like a pretty good idea of it. But basically, I mean, if you really want to get into what Japanese idols are, we're not going to get into history or anything. But like the as it stands today, Japanese idols, at the core, mostly Japanese girls, singing and dancing and performing songs to make you escape your life and be happy. I mean, that's probably what I would define Japanese idols as. There's a lot more to them. There's a lot more, but it's also part of a culture, a sub niche in Japan, a very weird, crazy musical sub niche that takes pride in being weird. That takes pride in being a sub niche. And the reason why I say that is because there's all kinds of rules, there's all kinds of things that go to it. And once you assimilate to those rules and you start to follow and understand why those rules are in place, you get a very deep and rewarding experience with Japanese idols, as all of you can attest. There's major idols, there's minor idols. Major idols are idols like who we, the show's about, AKB. There's also minor idols, but we call them Chika idols or underground idol. Chika is kind of a negative connotation in most cases, but you could still say Chika, which basically means like underground. And so underground is where I work, and basically it's all the idols, like indie idols, and idols that aren't necessarily contracted to major labels. Though there are plenty of indie idols or Chika idols that are contracted to labels or very small labels. Some are big, and then they've kind of moved up. Like most recently, a group called Bish. Bish has gone from the underworld to the overworld.
They're getting there.
Oh yeah, but they used to play the same clubs that the group I work for plays, and they used to do all that, and they still do Chakis with people. They still do all that.
I'm telling you though.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, by next year, then you won't be underground anymore.
No, I'm hoping. I appreciate that. That's very kind, and that's the goal.
Come on, the Netherlands is almost sold out for the event, huh?
I think it's sold out by now, to be quite honest.
I mean, it was 10 tickets last night. Yeah. That's impressive. And by the way, I talked to Ricky. NoAKBNoLife has never sold out an international show. So this Netherlands would be the first. So that's awesome. So I really want I want the Netherlands to do it because we had such a great time there last year, and like the girls are very fond of it, the ones that are still there, and the new girls are excited. So it's like, it would be great, man. We were gonna rock it on that boat. We're gonna sink that MFer, man. It's gonna go straight to hell.
Oh man,
we're taking you all to hell on that boat tonight. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, do we have so much planned? Like good stuff, like all like some really great death evil songs. But anyways, so getting back to idol though, like you have all kinds of there's idols that basically are themed. There's everyone from like metal idols to kawaii idols, more traditional idols. There's idols based around concepts like Nejiko. Nejiko, I think I'm saying her name wrong. They were like based, I think, on like farming and stuff up in Niigata, I want to say, and they turn out to be more larger than they ever thought possible. So there's a very, very famous idol group that came straight from the streets of Akihabara, who are now worldwide global legends. Perfume. They used to be Akiba idols. They used to pass out flyers and stuff, and they used to do street shows and things like that. And but they're an example. So idol crosses over many different ideas, concepts, and boundaries. But at the core, it's this idea that you go to a show and you can forget your life and you can be happy. And the way you do that is by watching these songs, and these songs have things like mixes in them. You guys want to explain the mixes? Anyone?
The mixes are like the chants the people. Someone in the audience usually initiates the chants, and the rest will follow, and they can get really intense. I've experienced it. I've myself multiple times, I would say. The biggest one I have personally initiated was actually the one in the Tokyo Dome concert in 2014. Me and 2 other SE fans started screaming the mixes, and then the rest of the whole Tokyo Dome followed suit. It was
Oh,
awesome.
I'm getting goosebumps just you saying that. Do you guys remember watching the AKB48 Tokyo Dome like 1830? Like,
Yeah.
Do you remember when that overture comes
Yep.
on?
Oh man.
It is to this day that might
Definitely.
be the loudest I've ever heard of any show anywhere. Like literally. Like that it was like all the AKB fans were like, it's finally happened.
Yep,
and it's
exactly.
like 6 years we waited
The first concert in the Tokyo Dome. Oh man. I really wish
was
I was
like-
a fan back then.
Oh, it was like this. They were out for like, I don't want to say blood. That sounds mean, but like they were out for something. They were.
Yeah.
It was like
They were
all the
hungry.
hopes and dreams. Oh, they were. It was so loud. So mixes are basically like little chants you can do in different parts of songs. And the more you go to idol shows, the more you'll know exactly when they come, when you can do them. It's almost intuitive once you go.
Yeah.
And there's
The
there are
songs are
popular
pretty much
mixes.
designed for it, yeah. The
So
What's
songs
that?
are pretty much designed for the mixes too.
They're designed. A lot of them are. A lot of them are. There's some idol groups that don't have it, but yeah, most of them do. What were you gonna say, Robin?
So the 2 craziest I've ever saw, well, you showed them to me, is when you have this like turbine of a crowd of people who suddenly just go in circles, and it just goes faster and faster and
Yeah.
faster while they evolve around this one, or the group, just this one idol, and just insane. They're like on a marathon, like in the treadmill wheel,
Yep.
just going crazy,
Yep.
crazy, and crazy. That's got to be an experience. And I forgot which group it was, but it was the one that they were getting carried like on a stage, and it kept going and
Oh,
going and going with the chants. They weren't stopping till the song. Normally it loops until the chants are down or something, but it kept going,
Yeah.
you know, and it's lifting on the chairs, and they're like, "Oh my God, here we go again!" And it's just continuing,
Yeah.
continuing, and the fans
Yeah.
didn't stop, and that's the intensity that you only have, I would say, in idol music. You know, you have chants, you have crowd chants, you know, in normal rock concert,
true.
and funny enough, it's a little bit off topic, but it's also same on topic. Is recently the world record for the Mexican wave got crushed by a esports, and it was for 8 minutes, I believe, a continuous like wave, like a crowd continually doing it for a full 8 minutes, and that's the intensity, I would say. But you always have that in idol crowds. They just go just completely crazy during some of the songs they love so much. And I would say, yeah, with the Tokyo Dome concert, they were really amped up, and it's like, oh my God, you're in the Tokyo Dome, yeah, just going completely nuts.
But the first concert in the Tokyo Dome was pretty much a culmination of the dreams of both fans and idols, and to see it explode right then and there. Oh man, I really wish I could have seen it.
Very
I
special moment.
I know. And as you get into idol and as you start digging, you'll start to see all these different groups and what they've meant to people, and you'll also notice a lot of these girls will go to different other groups, they'll form new groups and stuff. The group you were referring to that I showed you, that second one where they were all up on the somebody brought like the big platform and the girls were on it. That is a very famous underground idol group called Bell Ring Shoto Girls Heart. We just say Belha. And Belha transformed into a group called They're Theirs, which recently graduated, which now they've splintered off into 3 different groups, which we've played with, all of them. And but Bell Ring, their whole thing was we're terrible idols. We can't do anything right. And like their first couple shows were insane. Like there was one show with them where they were at like some kid, like there was like all these kids and like old people. It was like some kind of like dinner festival. They should have been playing it. Like they were not meant for it, and they were going crazy and having fun. All the wotas are going crazy, and all these kids and parents and people. Well, kids were having a good time. They're like, "Yay!" And all the parents are like, "Oh my God!" And at one point, one of the girls gets off the stage and starts running through the crowd and like singing and stuff. And you see a security guard come after her, and then she sees the security guard and starts laughing, just runs away from him. So on this video, she's coming in and out of the video while the security guard's chasing her. And then the other members get off the stage, and then other guards are chasing. So it's this crazy show where like all these security guards are like chasing this girl. And it's like with Belha, that song that you heard is called The Edge of Goodbye. It's like the anthem for the underground. I'd say Bish's Nerve or Vicious Nerve. I forget which one made it. I forget, but everybody says that's like the biggest underground song. I don't really care for it that much. But like The Edge of Goodbye is like so powerful because it's that end part where you can just keep it going. And Tanaka-san, who made Belha, he loved to mess with fans a lot, but he also felt it. So like if that crowd was in it, he would just keep looping it. They've looped that I think almost like a half an hour at one point. Like that was a short one because they've done, and those girls are like, no, Tanaka, why? But it's like the fans get more and more and more into it, as you saw. And it's like, think about it, if that was your favorite group, like, and your favorite girl is doing that, it's like you'd leave there feeling like $1 million. I can't tell you how many times this happened. Like yesterday, we had 2 shows in Necroma. We had one in the morning and one at night. The one in the morning was at a place called Loft 9 in Shibuya, which is like a coffee house, but they do have a stage, and it's cool. But it's in this big building that shares room with like the Tokyo movie college or Tokyo Film Academy, and all these other places. So it's like they have a decibel level that is so low. So imagine listening to Necroma's music like low, like the girls' vocals are higher, and it's like it just doesn't sound right, you know. And it's just but you can't help it. So we played a Taibon there, which, by the way, if you are interested in idol, Taibon is when you have a group of idols playing one show. That's called a Taibon. If it's just one group, it's called a one man. If it's 2 groups, it's called a 2-man. And 1-mans are very special. 2-mans are kind of rare. 3-mans are also rare. So it was a Taibon. We played that, and the reason I'm bringing it up is to the point about this. I was thinking. In my heart, I was thinking, okay, it's a Necroma show. Of course, I'm gonna like it. You know, I'm staff, so it doesn't matter if I like it or not. I work for them, but I like when our fans go crazy. I like when our fans have a good time. There's a lot of people there. I mean, for a morning show, it was freaking packed. So I mean, there had to be over 100, 200 people there in this tiny little place. So it was cool. But the thing is, I was thinking this is not gonna go well because the girls' vocals are and the sound is way down. The fans were so loud. They drowned out the music, the girls, everything. Like it was ridiculous. They were mixing and chanting and just at one of our songs, Sarnath has a part you mosh. They were moshing in this coffee house, and it was like it was insane. I was like, what? It's 11 in the morning, and like people are losing their minds. And then we had a show at night at Tsukimishiro, which is known as Moon Romantic. It's my favorite venue in Tokyo. It's my all-time favorite. Gigantic freaking moon picture on the backdrop. Nice big stage, balcony. The girls that run the sound there, it's always this girl. They're like professional. You sound like $1 million there. You can be a horrible idol group and still sound great there. And so our fans, man, we did Athakwa, and like I can't even tell you how loud that end part was when like it's the big whoa where all like fist pump. It was so loud and so crazy on the upstairs and downstairs, and like you can see the girls' faces were like super happy. Also, like the hinges broke. The girls like during Dirge of Boulder, like I've never seen them do the song that good. Like even Michelle, like who's really been doing her best to work in the songs, and she's having a hard time, but like something broke. And she just lost it. And, like, they were all on emotions last night. I think they were just dead tired. It was just like, you can't think anymore. So you're just going. They crushed it. And it was like, I felt so proud. But that's what you find in Idol. Stuff like that. And then the other part of Idol you guys can talk about is Chakis. Anybody want to take that over?
Oh, Chakis. Yeah, I've done it a couple of times. And basically, it's you pay and you pay for a ticket, and the member of choice, you can get a picture taken with them and have a small conversation. It's really fun, and it's the times I've did it in Tokyo. I had a really fun conversation with both Rei Imazumi and Okaki. It was really fun. Yeah, Rei-chan. It was really fun, and just talking one-on-one, like you're becoming friends. The more you would do it, the more you would become on a friendship level, I would say. Flores, one of our usual listeners, has done loads of Chakis, and I really wish I could interview him about the Chakis sometimes because his experiences are so intense. I think you've seen it yourself, Derek, at the Phenomenal.
Yeah, who's he done Chakis with?
I think Imajimi Rei. He's a big Rei fan.
Oh yeah, no, he did. He kept looping. Yeah, no, that was awesome. I mean, yeah, it's so like with Chakis, this is where Idol is Idol. This is what makes. This is the heart of Idol. It's that personal connection you have with the girl or girls on the stage. And when you find a girl you like, it's called your
Oshi.
Oshi. And so you Oshi her, that means you're devoted to her. Your soul belongs to her. Your life is no longer your own. She owns you at that point. And you can have varying degrees of Oshimen, but it's like real Oshis are like they own you. And the thing is, you get that by having that connection.
Yeah.
And if the girl's doing her job on stage, she's trying to connect with you. Once she connects with you, then you can go keep talking to her and talking to her. But here's the part that people don't realize. It's not sexual. It's not weird. It's not like creepy like everybody tries to portray it. It's a genuine, hi, how are you? Let me give you, some of my time. You give me some of your time. Let's talk. How are you? It's you forget about age. You forget about sex, all that. Like sexual orientation. None of that matters. You're in that moment where you're just having a connection with
It's
another
a nice
human
conversation, but
Yeah,
on,
but it's
on a level,
great.
on a personal feeling level. But
Yes.
to still give a reality check, for the girls, for the idols, it still work, and we have a word for that because it's like the members between them, they always compete basically to gather as much fans as possible, as much as someone become an Oshi, and we have a word for that, and that's basically called fishing. So
There you go.
you get hooked on basically one of them, because they interacted with you, they did something special, and all they do actually is they're doing their job to get you hooked to have a conversation solely with them. They're like, no, you don't care about the others, just focus on me. That's where you are. You are for me here, and I'll give you just enough conversation, just like whatever you want to talk about. But in what you said is not like a sexual act. That's the difference with the feeling that Western people who don't know what it is. It's like borderline to, isn't this what called prostitution? And it's like, no, because there's no sexual act involved at all. It is addicting, I would say. You can get very, very dedicated to that, and if you don't have control to it, you get lost into it and really dedicated to, like, all your time, and for some people, all their money. And I've seen documentaries, they dedicate their lives for this person, and it's like they treat it like a goddess, I would say. And yeah, in Japan, it's more of a, oh, you're an idol fan, and in the Western, it's like, you're doing what now? So
Yeah.
it is
Yeah,
there.
pretty much.
I get the appeal totally, but it's sometimes, I'm trying to balance it out and feel like, I'm still interested, but all right, this is the border, I would say. And I think I had that at a show at NoAKBNoLife when they were in Netherlands for the first time, and so I stood in front, and they got really close, and I'm like, you
Yep.
know what? I'm just gonna take a few steps back. So
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying the performance, but no, you don't need to fish. It's like I'm already interested. So it's really interesting that some get really dedicated, and you see the voters going like, oh, just what's the move called like this? Like the worship what I call
Ketcha.
yeah,
Ketcha.
catch out. Like when you see those things, it's really interesting to watch, I would say. But yeah, with everything, like not just with idols, just with everything in the world, you need to find a balance in between things, because a lot of people get lost into it and they go so far that they're like, you know what, as long as they're happy, just let them go. But yeah,
Yeah. We're really well put, Robin. Like, I have a friend who's a millionaire, and he moved here to Japan just to go to idol shows. So that's literally his job every day. He just goes to idol shows. Sometimes he goes to 2. He's even gone to 3 before because he's insane. And he loves Chakis. He has like literally folder after folder after folder of Chakis he's done with the girls. He has great connections with them. He's learned a lot of Japanese by doing that, which is great. And he's really loves his life. And I'm so happy for him, because I'm not like envious or like wish I was him and had all that money and could do that, because that wouldn't be my path even if I had that money. But it's like, it's really admirable to see he can handle it. I wouldn't say he's addicted. He just loves what he does, and he's very smart, well balanced. So in that sense, it works. But the thing about idol, and I think the reason why the person was asking this question is because, again, the Manila fans were kind of not understanding what idol is, and like, we're just really touching the surface. But the whole point I was making to the MNL fans, I think the reason why this person asked is, they are goddesses. You have to treat the girls like goddesses. So that means you don't take the goddess home with you. the goddess you go visit at the shrine or the live house. You pray to them by doing the ketcha. You maybe interact with them by shaking
Donate
their hand.
500 yen, basically.
You donate to them, and then you go home, and you can put up pictures of the goddess on your wall. You can have a little altar to the goddess if you want. Some do that. You can get together with other fans, which, by the way, usually we call idol fans ota or wota, W-O-T-A, but Japanese is ota. And you can get together with other ota, and you can celebrate your goddess or the group of goddesses that you follow, because a lot of them are in groups. And that's it. You don't get to know them personally. They might occasionally tell you very personal things, depending on how close you are or how like some idols don't care. Like some idols forget their idols and they're girls with you, and they'll just complain to you. That happens.
Yeah.
But like
Andy.
Andy.
Andy. But the thing is, it's like you basically have to understand that because they're a goddess and you're down here, you don't associate with them. If you see them outside, for example, outside of a kaito, a venue, you walk the other way. I've been to many venues when I was a fan where the girls are practicing outside on the street. You walk around, even if that girl is your OC and you see her, you walk away. Now, if she says hi to you, she might smile. You could say hi back, say, hey, what's up, and then move. Get your butt and go. Don't start having a conversation. Don't do that. If she approaches you and has a conversation, you should feel uncomfortable. If you don't feel uncomfortable, you don't understand idol. And then there's even times with me, okay, the girls I work with, I don't even get on the same train as them at night when we go home, because some of us go the same direction sometimes. I'll wait for the next train, because I'm staff. I see them as they really are. I don't see them as idols anymore. I see them as like girls I gotta work with to make sure they're happy. So it's like, but even then, it's like, you don't have that connection, because that's the whole point. That boundary is super important. And so, like, when you get that, they can become more goddess-like to you, and you get more out of it. And honestly, it helps.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That I would say. If you, and that's with everything, by the way. If you, with celebrities, that's a very good idea. If it's like, you can, basically, let's go with a Western celebrity that's idol-like, I would say. Just on pure status, and I would say Ariana Grande, for instance. She has that level, I would say. She's very famous. People worship her, going crazy over her. But if you meet her, I would say, would you then go, oh my god, blah, 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 or just be like, treat her as a normal person, but respect the boundaries. Just not saying, instead of like, when she says hi, you can say hi or something like that. But not say, hey, you want to go grab a coffee and hey, can I follow you to this or that's the way out of line stuff. But if you keep that balance and have an interaction just like a normal person, then you would have even a better experience in the end.
Right. Got it.
I would say, let's say the private meeting. So you meet one of the idols in the private, and you'll be like, just like, hey, and that's it. Next time at work for her then, and you'll be the customer, you'll have a better interaction because, hey, I saw you in the city and something. Then you can talk whatever you want because that's the work situation. And she's like, oh yeah, I saw you. So, and then you have a great personal conversation because that's during work. I use this actually format for everything because little track back when I was in America for wrestling, for WrestleMania. It was very nearby, and we were there for a week, and the wrestlers were also there. And we see a lot of wrestlers walking around, just, relaxing also, they're enjoying before the show. Now, you should feel the moment when you can be like, hey, can I approach you for a picture? Or we have a moment like, you know what, not now. For me, instance, we saw two of them walking together, and it's like, just have a conversation, and we were waving, hey, and they were like, hey, what's up? And the what's up is like an invite to a further conversation. It's not just like, hey, and passing around. Because they said a follow-up, you can be like, hey, it's okay, we can take a picture quick. And they're like, yeah, sure, man, of course, because they're also into it. That's a balance in there. When I saw someone else walking with his wife and kid, then you're not like, you know what, I'm going to interrupt that for a picture with that. That's the difference on that side. So, now I'm not saying you should go with idols and go, hey, what's up, and ask for a picture. I think that's dame on that side.
No, that's our club boundary. You don't.
Exactly. It's very dangerous for that side. But if they're interacting, you can be even like professional and be like, you know what, hey, I'll see you at the handshake event. Oh, I got a ticket, so I'll see you there. That's the balance you need to find. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's some idols that do cross that boundary, but they do it at their discretion, and you follow that. So, you know, some idols will come and talk to you. Someone will, hey, you know, how are you today? I hope you're good. And you can ask, how are you? And it's good. And it's okay. Well, I'll see you at the show, and that's fine. That doesn't break any rules. It just depends on the idol. Some really prefer their privacy, and they would get really freaked out. The very, very, very first time I saw Necrodome Idol was at Rokumeikon Space, and I was going to the bathroom downstairs, and as I was coming up the steps, Hina, who's no longer in the group, she came on top of the steps. She looked at me, and I was like in her personal space because it was just how the door opened. I was like this, and she got real scared, like looked at me like I was gonna kill her. And I just smiled because it's like, it's cool. Like, I don't even know who you are because I didn't even know who the group was at the time. But it was like, some really are like, Hina's super quiet, she don't want to talk to you unless you pay to talk to her, and then it's cool. But it's like, that's just how some are. Where others like Himari, she'll come up and approach you, talk to you, ask you what's up. But that's all part of her game. She likes to fish because she's like the Cheki queen. So it's like, and that leads into what I want to say. Like, another thing about Chekis is like the touching is like very controlled. Like they'll hold your hand and shake your hand and stuff. Some of the girls, depend on how close they are, you know, they might get real close to you. Like Himari will hold your hand the whole time and get really close to your face and really talk to you, you know. And Rayton may like, you know, patch on the back. Kaki's really kind of like back. I'm using Necroma, the group I work for, as an example. But it's like every girl's different. Some girls, like I've had Cheki situations where a couple girls that are well endowed, we shall say, really put their well endowment on me as kind of like getting super close to me and stuff when we did pictures. Every girl has their flirting thing, their thing they want to do. It's all designed to keep you as their fans, so that's money in their pocket. But it's also, over time, it gets closer. You get closer because you know them. They feel safe with you. But like, you can't ask them for a picture. You can't do anything like that. I mean, it's like the pictures are controlled. You know what I mean? And then some girls, like, there's been a couple times where Oshis, and this is an idea a lot of Westerners might not get, but they'll slap you. It's called an Oshi slap, where like you can stand in line, they'll just whack you right in the face, and it's funny, it's hysterical. You can ask for different poses with the girls too, and sometimes you can get pretty crazy with those. Like, a lot of people ask Himari to step on them, like use them as like a basis for her to step like her feet on. It just depends, you know, and it depends how close you are. Go ahead.
And then you have the one idol that breaks all those rules. And could you elaborate, because I'm trying to say the name right, but I'm keep slipping, I think. But basically, the last time I saw a picture, she was choking out one of her fans.
Oh, Hanako.
Hanako.
The 14th generation, totally. Yeah, well, then there's idols like Hanako, tiny little girl who like thinks she's, you know, a reincarnated ghost from a toilet in a high school in Japan, and she's insane, and she throws food at you, and she'll yell at you, and she slap people. I saw her slap a guy a couple months ago, and she legit knocked him down to the ground. She hit him so hard. And so it's like, it depends. I mean, but that's her thing. But then she also does something in their Cheki line called a destroy Cheki, which basically she'll spray you with like deodorant or cleaning chemical to make sure, I don't know why, it's just, that's her thing. Then she makes you get down on your knees, and she'll choke you out for at least a few seconds. And she's got a strong grip. She's choked me out before. And like basically that's Hanako. So sometimes there's some idols that their whole thing is like tsundere. Like, really mean to you.
They hate
really
you, but
like
they love you. Yeah.
But they love you. So, and then there's super cute idols that are like so cute and so syrupy sweet that you're just like, oh my god, I gotta do things.
Yeah, that's too sweet. And I'm like, no. It's like, no.
Yeah, but there's some guys that really like that. And then there's girls that are like real down to earth. The Necroma girls, you know, they're all pretty level. Kunogi and Michelle thinks she's a robot, so she's a little weird sometimes, but that's her thing. She's really super young, so she's trying out ideas.
You gotta have a character to stand out.
Yep, true that.
She's a character. Yep. Kunogi's more like idol, like she's like pro idol, but she's also like, she's not super over emotional, but you can talk to her about anything, and she's super cool. Ray's like classic idol,
and
you know.
that's basically also very fun interactive because the character really defines what a person will be attracted to that, and that's why all of us have like a different Oshi. Because for instance, my favorite is from AKB48, Okada Nana, because well, they call it the Majime character, the serious character, but I really like her work ethic. While she's a very fun character to watch, and that's why I'm considering her, or considering she is my Oshi because she has that that feeling that I can relate to. And I would say, Derek, you have a your Oshi is Tani Marika from SKE48 because she has that little unpredictable factor that you really love.
She's insane.
Yeah.
She's completely nuts. And I like girls that are nuts, but like for me, like in the underworld, like the very, very first show I went to at Otsuka Hearts with Guso Drop, Yoripiko, she's known for her smile, so it's called the Yoripiko smile. She smiled at me. The minute she smiled at me, that moment was when my brain broke and started to reform as a brain that enjoys idols. And as soon as she smiled at me, it was like 1 second she smiled at me, the next minute all the Gushin, the fans of Guso Drop called Gushin, plowed me and destroyed me because their shows are absolutely just anything goes, or it was. Now they're not around anymore. But like, I remember going to her after the show. I didn't even know what a Cheki was. And I remember standing in her line and thinking, oh, there she is. I can meet her. And a Japanese friend of mine went with me, and I went to give her the ticket, and I went to hug her.
Ooh,
I almost got, she almost decked me. Yep. It was just like, what are you doing, you stupid foreigner? And it's like, but from there I learned. And then it's like, now, I mean, it got to the point where Yoripiko trusted me so much during shows, she would jump on my shoulders and I'd carry her around. Or she would or she'd spit an entire bottle of water in my face and just go and hit me with baseball bats and just like plastic bats and just like go nuts. And like, and now I work with her, and now I see her all the time, and now she's like a mom to me. Every time she sees me, she's like, Derek, please eat, please eat more. It's like we're like cool with each other, and so it's like you get these Oshis. Another one of my Oshis is Nadashiko from Yanakoto Sotomuto, and she's very, I don't want to say cut off. Every time I've done checks with her, she's been very kind of withdrawn, resistant, super friendly, super pro idol, but like she never really let me in, which is fine. It worked out because we've worked with them, and like I think I freaked her out because I worked her, but then I developed enough of a strength of trust with her from being a fan for all those years to being working with them, that like two things I remember distinctly. One is during a show at Shinjuku Loft, Naracha jumped into the crowd on me. She doesn't jump into the crowd. She never jumps the crowd. She jumped on me, and I held her hand in the air, and I was holding her while she's singing my favorite freaking song, and like, just tears. It's just like instant joy. This little tiny girl with a voice bigger than God, because this girl's voice is not from this earth, which is why I like her, and also she's beautiful. And it's like I'm holding her hand in the air, and it's like there's this girl, that I really respect. And now I worked with her, and I took her to, she left me, their group, I took them to America for East Meets West, and on my birthday, when I'm driving everybody around after the shows, and I'm thinking, kind of feeling bad for myself, like here I am just being chauffeur for idol groups, and that, on my birthday, and they get in the car when I pick them up after wherever they were, and Nadasha starts singing me happy birthday. And it's like, and all of them started singing me happy birthday in the group, and it's like, this is why I love idol. So if you don't know what idol is from that, you should get into it, because these little stories, every idol fan has millions of them.
It's
even on the major level.
It's an experience.
It's an experience.
Yeah. That was a good conversation. Colin, do you want anything to add to that?
Anything is something you can get interested in. An idol is basically another form of entertainment. Imagine a YouTuber, someone who just sings, or
streamer,
someone who acts. Oh yeah, that too. I'm not usually to think of that, but it's true. It's a good example. And any form of entertainment can be appreciated for whatever reason. Everyone has their own reason to like anything, to be interested in anything, whether that be style, context, personality, name it. I'm sure there are people that can name more stuff, but I think most get a good picture. And it's just entertainment. You know, and everyone loves to be entertained by something.
I would say the most satisfaction out of it is communication. You're communicating maybe not only with the person you are following, but also the community behind it. And I would say the biggest example is also with us. Is we talk so much about the community here, and when we're going to a documentary for a Beacon for it, and after that we meet some people who know about us, and they were, oh my god, you're actually really here. It's like, hey, you're talking about it, and they're going through that, and then you're thinking like, really, we're that important, or we influence somewhat of your daily lives on that. That's crazy to hear about that. And it really is blessed. Just it's all about communication. If you're communicating with each other, that's such a satisfying feeling, I would say. And I think
if positive,
yes, because negative communication is like, what? A lot of words I'm not gonna say on this show. So basically, if you want to hear those words, go to traffic, and you will instantly just see those things out there.
Great.
No, I think the satisfaction behind that's the feeling we're looking for. It's like you have some passion you want to share, and you're sharing with each other. And it's not only the people who love it, but also the people who are working for it, because they're doing it because they love it, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
There would be the.
I mean, I eventually want to do like I got my Panasonic, so I'm gonna be doing a documentary on this very question. Why are these idols doing this? Like, what is their motivation for it? I'm really gonna explore that. I think it's important to understand these are in many cases like young girls who are trying to find their way in life, just like all of us are, and they have a desire to perform, they have a desire to be noticed, desire to get attention, and do it in a way that helps others. And I think there's something very admirable about that. But not all of them feel that way. There's many that stumble into idols. There's many that are wanting to be something else and are using idols as a stepping stone, and so on and so on. So wherever those people are, the nice part about Idol for all of you as fans is a lot of their motivations, in a sense, almost, I don't say it doesn't matter, but may not play into your overall enjoyment of the girl or not, unless you get super close with her and you get worried about her if she's not having fun, if something's going on. But just as a casual fan, like a first-time fan, you can get into Idol and just really get lost in it pretty fast, but lost in a good way. Like you can get something out of it. One show was all it took for me to be working in this industry now 4 years later and being a very happy person with Idol. I still get inspired every single show. Every single time I hear something or I see something, and it never fails. Never. And even AKB still to this day gives me something.
One compilation of a TV show did all the work.
Yep.
That's it. Still, we're craving so much more from AKB48, and hopefully they'll turn around. So
give it some more time.
But I want to talk about this because I noticed this news that came up. So Fukuoka, you guys know that, right?
Yeah.
What's the home of it?
HKT.
HKT48. So why is there a Fukuoka concert without HKT48?
Weird, right?
Weird. Wow. Now that you mention it, yeah. Indeed.
Oh well. I mean, they have to go places, so why not?
But that's not okay, right? If you're having like a Fukuoka celebration with entertainment, music, how come HKT48 that's in Hakata, Fukuoka, and not in it?
Is this tour being regarded as Tandoku concert? I can't remember. Because if it is, then of course they shouldn't, because this is just for AKB.
Let me quickly find this.
I can't remember. I just refer to the national tour. I don't know if there's usually a name.
Okay, so where was it? Give me a moment. Yeah, it's FukuokaMusicFestival.com. Yeah. And the lineup, there's no HKT48. And that's weird, right? That the music festival in Fukuoka, it doesn't provide that. And I don't know, it's on the 30th of June, so next week. Or, yeah.
Oh, weird.
Next Sunday.
Maybe they're not invited, maybe they can't, maybe it didn't work out. There can be few.
I mean, a lot of that can be just scheduling issues, but you do have to wonder. I mean, you have to wonder what's going on, if something happened. When you see a group absent in their own hometown, that's a little bit of a question mark. because it could mean that there's a scandal that we're gonna get. We'll hear as soon as we get on this podcast, as in our tradition, I'm sure.
We'll
hear all about it.
If Sashi was still in the group, it would still be guaranteed. That's my idea already.
I would say
that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They're missing Sakura, they're missing Harupi, they're missing Nako, and it's like, yeah. They're under the level. I think they're under the level now. They're becoming back to Underworld, I would say. I think, well, you've been wishing for it somewhat, Derek, that they would go to Underworld to experience it more, but I didn't expect the whole group to go there, I would say.
I mean, if HKT has a day off that day for whatever reason, then I think anybody who goes to that concert they might get lucky and spot a lot of HKT members there. I'm sure a lot of them will go, but it is weird. It is definitely weird. I don't understand it. But again, there's been a lot of misdirection, weird things coming out of the AKB world since January. So it's really been very off for them.
Weird year this year, I would say.
Well, the first half of the year. I mean, maybe next month's new journey. I do think
half full, half empty, I would say, in this situation.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Colin?
Oh, Colin, you're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah.
I accidentally pressed because I was thinking. It's a half year is done. Terrible things happened. I think, except SKE, because I feel that they're already getting there.
They're getting better.
They are really. Everyone needs a reboot of some sort. I think with AKB, that concert national tour that they're doing is a way of doing that. I think SKE will get it pumping when they release that MV next week, likely. I think.
But do you think it's a possibility with the whole new theater that's still being built for HKT?
Oh, it could be. Yeah, I mean,
that's possible. I forgot. That's true. Maybe. Yeah.
Because they don't have a regular theater anymore. So having consistent performances is really hard for them at the moment, and maybe that's also a reason why their level has gone down for a bit. I would say so. Usually consistency is also key as well. So
that is true. We've just talked about that earlier.
Exactly. Well, we'll see. It's just a little weird for me, but I think we talked about this. It wouldn't be too bad that AKB would step down a little from their position and rebuild.
I think they've been doing that since Jiwara days. I mean, it has been quiet. We have not, a new single, which is first time ever that they've gone off schedule.
It's been so long, yeah.
It's been so long.
Really so long. It's three months. I want to say 3.5 months.
Yeah, normally it's a Sosenkyo single, but there is no Sosenkyo this year, so that's why.
Nothing. And they are the only group, I would say, that really have a consistent schedule of releasing, the CDs. I don't think all the other groups ever had that. I will omit Stu and NGT just because of the fact that they're so young that they don't really have a set schedule in releasing CDs.
No, true.
But it's possible that that they've been taking a break because whatever reason. I feel AKB because, well, actually all the groups because of whatever happened to NGT. I think SKE is getting there. Just
Yeah, it might be a case of damage by association due to the whole.
That is very likely. I mean, all the blame would be put on AKS because that's the big bad name.
Right now, yes.
Can point that, so it's blame, or well, no blame, but because they're affiliated with it, it's like, well, let's.
They're not gonna play for the Olympics. I'm gonna say it. It's like 2020.
Maybe.
It's not gonna happen.
Maybe we'll see. It's possible. Totally.
I think it will be earlier possible that Ice One will be performing than AKB48.
Oh,
that would be interesting. That actually, Robin, that could happen because that's more of an international feel.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I think this is Japan's moment of glory. They're not gonna want to share it with Korea.
Indeed.
No offense.
Well, 1/4 of the group is Japanese.
Yeah, it don't matter. Korea will jump all over that.
And half the group speaks Japanese.
Yeah, again, it's you have Koreans in there. Korea can claim it. I guarantee you.
I agree.
Japan would probably be like, nah, we're good. Like we'll
see.
They got a bunch of artists that they can choose from. They don't need to go outside of like for a Korean-based thing to get. But I still could kind of see it happening, just in the interest of being like peaceful, I guess, because this Eyes One is such a great, cool like connection of two countries that traditionally and historically have not been the best of friends for various reasons. So I could see that, but I got a feeling the homogenous thinking here in Japan will take over. They're like, nope, never mind.
Interesting though. Okay, now we reached a full nice hour on this moment. Any other things we want to mention? It's been a quiet week, people. So
it's been relatively quiet. So we
Yeah.
already did
Super quiet.
We already did the announcement, I think, for the Asia tour.
I watched the sports festival thing, and it was funny, but not as something I was completely hoping for.
Yeah, same.
Basically, if you want to watch it, lots of oppai jokes, Iwa jokes, because a lot of people are working for Iwa. Nishino Miki being a little overextended in the episode.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, like, okay, tone it down a little bit. Some funny laughs here and there, enjoyable, but not like I can watch this 6 times stuff, I would say. I saw a little bit of the Murayama Yuri birthday stage. That was funny because, of course, the ship that's sailing over there with the Karanana in there, that was funny. Just watched a little bit of Keiki Takanai. Still need to watch that for the rest because it still came out just recently.
Watched the performance I've personally watched was the Yamada Nanami graduation.
How was that?
Yeah.
Sad, I imagine.
So, and then afterwards, I've watched Komi's Instagram and so many pictures with her and Yamada.
Yes.
Really were a thing, I would say.
Oh,
True. Oh.
It was heartbreaking to see her in that state. So yeah.
you already mentioned the YouTube channel that's been getting lots of love, and I'm happy about that. That's something that's very appealing to international fans. So go watch the official channel because everything will be subbed. So basically, we're already in recommendations, I would say, and it's.
One small thing I still want to mention is Miyazawa Sai returning to Showbiz.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I saw the announcement of that news, and since I follow her on Instagram, I'm like, she was already doing a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Basically, her agency
pretty much.
just got renewed or basically changed. Other than that, she was still performing in musicals and like little shows here and there. So returning to Showbiz, I don't know. Maybe it's because under a new name.
Maybe because of the new. Maybe might be because of a bigger agency she's joining.
She's Tiger Lily, right? In the Peter Pan performance.
Yeah.
Perfect for her, of course.
Kasai Tomomi is
pretty
playing
much.
Wendy. Great.
Hey.
Kasai Tomomi, her voice. It's always weird that she changed like that. Other than that, it's like, yeah, I'm hoping that after we upload the show, like bigger news announcements, and then we're like, sure, I'll take it. So we have something to talk about next week.
Or SKE dropping their MV, or BNK being
something
like,
like that.
the MV.
Here's Jabba Jabba.
course.
No, but we were talking about next week, Colin. Is hopefully it will arrive in the mail at your site.
Ah, yes, the Ark of the Covenant. Shiro Mamira's photo book.
Yep.
I hope it will. Mine got shipped.
Lots of good,
yeah.
positive reviews so far. But go ahead,
Oh
Colin.
yeah, of course. No, I hope I'll get it. I thought I would be getting it today. A good friend of ours already has gotten his, and I thought, it's got shipped on the 20th, 19th. I'm like, I
something
should
like
have gotten it by now. I'm like, yeah, it's. I'll probably get it tomorrow, hopefully. And then,
Derek, did you see that compilation video of Shiromiru for the promotion she did on Twitter for the photo book?
I want to though.
It's basically she goes saying hentai in like every time they upload that video, just to promote her book Love Rush, and it's really funny that the Joe is just like doing little moments in there.
Cool.
Yeah, hoping that Moria Akane did her photo book and it's getting good reviews. Not as much as Shiromiru, because Shiromiru was way more hyped even before she announced she was doing a photo book.
True that.
Yeah.
The next in line I would say is Matsuya Judina. If she does that one, that'll be like, all right, that's That would be a
key
step
holder,
up.
you never know. They're so far pretty good. So
They're doing very fine. I'm ready for the new stuff. Let the August announcements begin. National tour now, and then all the other fun events that's coming up.
Hopefully some announcements during that tour, I would say. So.
Oh yeah, it would be shocking if they don't say anything. I expect something. At least the graduation, as well as announcements for something new, and the new single, because I separate that from what I just said. That's at least that's that's how I see it. Yeah, and even if it isn't, it isn't. Oh well. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see like the DVD of it when it comes out. Like, it'll be fun to finally have a new AKB DVD to like buy that like would be really interesting. And the tour DVDs for when they do national tours are always really fun because the behind the scenes DVDs are hysterical.
Yep.
They're always so funny, so good. Like there was one. What was it? I forget which one. I can't begin to tell. I think it was the Sayaka Akimoto, the 5-dome tour where like Tomochin and Sayaka and one other graduated, Mariko. And like I think it was that one, but there was like a clip in the backstage where it was like a security camera type looking thing, and all these AKB members just going up to him like, hey,
random stuff. Yeah, I
one
know.
after another. It was hysterical. It was like, oh, camera, hey, it's like idol, like your idol IQ. It's like you can literally see them turning into idol in that second. If they were like
appeal mode.
Ochima Yuko, I remember.
Yep.
That's the one.
Right?
No, actually,
So
Derek,
funny.
you know what came out also this week? The Request Hour DVD behind the stages came out.
Ooh.
I already some parts I wanted to see. For instance, Okada Nana walking away, and then without even looking, Murayama Yuri just, extends her arm and grabs Nachan. And Nachan is like, oh, okay, hey, hi. No, Yuri is so tsundere, but I really love that ship. And it's really just for the cameras. I know, it's really for that, but it's so much fun to seeing those moments and to know that gets up.
Sure.
But if you want to see something fully subbed, not sure who to credit, but someone actually subbed the documentary, or the somewhat documentary about Sosenkyo that came out.
Oh,
Duburin.
really?
Duburin subs.
Duburin, right?
Duburin.
Yeah, so if you want to watch that, that's available now, fully subbed English, and you can have fun at Machi Jirina's freak out that she's losing against Nogizaka 46. If you're interested in that, I would say. Yeah, the backstage moments, Mitotomo freaking out about Omori.
Miyu.
Yep.
Yeah, just
That was awesome.
stuff like that. I already saw bits and pieces in there, so keep them coming. I really love those backstage moments, and
Yes,
I think that's gonna be my main recommendation. Go watch Request Hour, the backstage moments. Always amazing.
There you go. Cool. Awesome recommendation.
All right, DX, what do you have?
Actually, I've got another one from our friend for Bangkok 48, and that is actually the movie Homestay. It's available online and it's fully subbed in English. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, nice.
I highly recommend watching it because, well, it's chapter.
Nice.
What else do I need to say?
Okay.
That's my recommendation.
Homestay.
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 Very good. Colin.
I actually had that documentary because I watched it and it was really good. Like shout out to DUBURIN subs on Twitter. I've tweeted it out. I'll retweet it again so you can see it. The person saw my tweet. It is really a good job. A great documentary. Jurina was amazing. I already absolutely loved her, but she showed basically why she's number one in my opinion. It was freaking amazing. I already had the utmost respect for her. It's like it even exceeded that limit. Michan's struggles. Oh my god, that broke my heart. That was. Oh, she's effectively alone. There's no one to talk to because she is the last one left. She's old. I don't mean that in a bad way. She said it herself. So, and it's like where she can't lean on anyone, because she's the one that people lean on, and she's freaking amazing for what she's doing. So that broke my heart. It also gave me a lot of confidence in Mion. Like, I know that this got done in the period of 2018 before Mion got appointed to be the third general manager, but I got a lot of confidence in her and seeing
Like
that.
you saw the reason why she was appointed.
Yeah, no, I already knew, but I got more. She said it herself, more so in a way that I could understand. And I'm like, I see, I already saw what she meant. She's basically making, helping the others, making sure that they get more light instead of I. You know, I am Mion. No. It's we. I already saw that in her.
We are Mion.
We are Mion. It's the new church I'm making. You know,
like Venom.
Venom.
Yeah, you know, no, the one, no Marvel fans.
I'm no.
Never mind.
Either way, it was a great documentary. It was
cool.
It was really great. Requests that were also a lot of fun. I still haven't watched the behind the scenes because that was the 5th CD, and I always watch in order.
Yep.
Also, the ISO files are awful. But I convert them. You know, the ISO files are like 35 gigabytes, so I've converted them in MP4 for myself, and now it's like 8, so it's easier to watch. And it is awesome. I haven't watched it fully, but I'm gonna watch it because it's pretty enjoyable. Pretty enjoyable. Yeah.
Good. And finally, Derek.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff. Well, first of all, I want to thank, this is going to be a weird one, but Sela from MNL48, because she actually retweeted and liked one of, it wasn't my comment per se, but it was one of the MNL fans quoted me from the show because I was talking about how, like, if the idols are perfect, what can you root for? And they apparently that they're using that now as the anthem online here between some of the fans as to explaining that, hey, our MNL girls aren't perfect, but we love them. And of course, I mean, they're not. And that's one of the joys of following any idol group is seeing them develop into something perfect. That's the weird part about calling them goddesses is they're like goddesses in training in most cases. And but that's kind of cool. And it's weird. It's different. And anyways, they're using that, and Sela saw that and liked it and retweeted. And so thank you. That's very cool. Still open invitation if you ever want to come on the show and we can treat you in a very professional, respectful, and kind way. We would love to have you on, and we'll put on our Concasia hats and act accordingly. Also, in my own personal news, couple things. I did my Patreon. I've been like kind of active on it lately, but I put up another video talking more in depth about my Panasonic Lumix GH and the adventures I'm about to have with it, including an unboxing. So please go and check that out if you can. And it's, I mean, for $1, you can check it out. So that's cool. The group I work for, NoAKBNoLife, we recently released Scions of the Blasted Heath. That is a 5-song EP that just came out. It's been doing great. Please check that out if you can as well. It's been getting a lot of great reviews, and for good reason, because a lot of love and effort and care have been put into it. This week, if you are in Japan, NoAKBNoLife will be celebrating their 5-year anniversary, which in idol years is like 10,000 years, I think, basically. So we're doing 4 shows in a row, all at Chelsea Hotel in Shibuya, including a one-man live kind of at the end, which is, it's not really a one-man, it's like a mini one-man live, I guess. Every night though is going to be with like our friends, like different groups. Like I think one's with Bakura Chijoshi, Verse Girl, who was Guso Drop, the group that got me into this, who has Yoripiko, the girl who almost decked me for trying to hug her. So they'll be there along with another group, I think is Cross Oasis, that used to be a group called Hamada System. Cross Oasis are dear friends of ours. We just played with them last night at Tsukimishiru venue, and they blew me away because they're reformed and are unbelievably mature and good now. You want to hear great singing, great dancing, and super emotional, check out Cross Oasis. They're on Ecoms, who also put out Maison Book Girl, in case some of you might know that name, because Maison's been out in the world a little bit, like us. And speaking of being out in the world, NoAKBNoLife will be on tour next month, including me, so I will be with them for the entire tour. We're going all over Europe. We have officially booked everything. That was quite an experience and adventure. Poor Ricky. I feel so bad for him because you want to talk about planes. We are going to be on planes, I think, almost as much as we're going to be on land, and trains and cars, and it's insane. It is absolutely nuts, our tour schedule. We are going to be everywhere from boats. We're going to be on a boat. We're going to be like in England, Finland, Sweden, Germany, France, and of course the lovely Netherlands, which we're very excited about. And speaking of that, in Rotterdam is going to be the show. It's on a boat, and and it's almost sold out. It might even be sold out right now. There are only 10 tickets left as of last night, which Necronomito's never sold out a show internationally, which is kind of true because my VIP show I did for them, it was sold out. But that's sort of like that was like a VIP special thing. I'm talking like a regular ticketed show. They've never sold that out. So we're very excited about that. We hope it will sell out. That's going to be a huge selling point for us because we want all the shows to sell out. Although Germany, I think, is getting up there too, and Finland maybe also. So we're excited. We really want London to be big. London will be at Hyper Japan. We'll also be at Narcon in Sweden. So it's like we're also playing the Underworld in London, which is a very famous venue. Necromo's been there a couple times now, and it's always been good. So come check us out if you are in Europe and you can. And we promise you're going to have a great time. We're going to do, a lot of good stuff. And if you want to get VIP tickets, which technically it's not a ticket because you still have to pay to get in, but VIP merch package, Necronomito is offering that on Idol Underworld, which is a site I've created to help out all international fans of idols get idol goods. Quick update on that. Everything's going real well with it. Still, a few little bugs, nothing too crazy. I've had a massive amount of orders on Idol Underworld. So thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. I'm shipping everything out. In fact, that's why I was a little late today coming to the show. I was packing orders like crazy. So, I mean, I literally have hundreds of orders.
Dedication.
And yeah, well, I mean, that's I spent 6 hours today doing it. I spent 8 hours the other day. 8 hours. So it's like they're all going out. Everything's getting shipped. Everything's good. So we're right on schedule. If you've ordered pre-order stuff, depending on when they like we recently put out acrylic sets of the Necroma members. Those get shipped out in August, so you'll get them in August. But everything's good. Everything's totally cool. But my plan with Idol Underworld is to add a lot more groups. I want to get like 20 or 30 by December. Right now, Necromas is the only group on there, and there's a very good strategy for that because I don't want to have a bunch of orders during July when I'm on tour that I can't fulfill for other groups. I think that would look bad for those groups. They might not be happy about that, but we are definitely getting a lot of groups, and that we're gonna hit the ground running in August. However, I am gonna be putting up one very, very, very special item before we leave that you can order. And my goal, I do have a financial goal on that. I am trying to reach. Well, I guess I'll say it when we get it. But basically, I'm really hoping to hit a financial goal for this. But if we get this up, I am hoping that people will really go all out for it because it's my project. It's something I've conceived. In addition to Idol Underworld, the idea is this item can only be bought at Idol Underworld because if it goes well, I'm going to keep repeating this idea. And I want Idol Underworld to grow into this huge international thing where all of you fans of idols can go and get idol goods and including things like Chakis. Like weirdly enough, one of my biggest selling items is random Chakis. People have been just hitting my random Chaki button and just, hey, give me a Chaki. It's crazy because Necroma's the only group on there. That was more designed for when I get 20 or 30 groups. I'm just going to pick a random Chaki from any group. That's kind of fun. But it's like that's like one of my biggest sellers. And so I've just been taking random Chakis from the Necroma girls from different photo shoots they've done, and it's crazy how much I've sold of those. So please go there, buy. It's great. I really appreciate everything. Again, still a work in progress, but don't let that scare you. All the orders are fine. It's just little things I'm trying to tweak. Like whenever we put up something new, the site goes down for a minute because it's like the traffic is insane. But it comes right back up, which is cool. Yeah, it's just like, but I'm working on getting a better server for that. So, little things like that. The Japanese side, I'm trying to get it all in Japanese. I've had a lot of Japanese fans having a little bit of an issue understanding the English, unfortunately. So, but that's getting worked out too. So, it's good. It's plugging along. Please go visit Idol Underworld. That's idolunderworld.com. And I would say the last thing would be, if you're in Japan this week, please come to one of our shows at Chelsea Hotel. They start on Thursday, and it's all in a row, which I'm gonna kill myself because that's insane. But like, I'm gonna be so busy. But yeah, we want to see you there. It's a huge celebration for Necroma, and I would say that would be it. You okay?
I'm hearing a whistle, like.
That's weird.
Oh, good.
Is this Colin? I think. You're muted.
Oh no. Yeah, I was muting because I was listening, but no, I've been hearing that whistle too. It's not me. It's someone else.
So weird.
Someone else.
I'm hearing a
Or
whistle.
someone left the kettle on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Is it the fan or something?
Nah.
Good.
It might have been my laptop cooler. Sometimes it likes to make weird noises. So, but I have my headphones on, so it's hard to hear.
That
it's
sounds
weird.
very distant.
Well, anyways, I was done.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, basically the whistle is influencing that the show for this week is over. So
Cut it. You're talking to us.
thank you so much, Derek, though, with all the announcements, because like I said, I
sorry,
still
it's-
believe Necronomidal will be gone from the underworld soon, since they're just going so far ahead with their popularity, I would say. So if you don't have a ticket yet, go over there. We will post a link in the info below, I would say.
Thank you.
In the thingy.
In the thingy over there.
And the thingy. Thank you guys so much. Always been supportive. Am I gonna see you guys on the tour? You guys coming? Please tell me you are. It'd be so
I'm
weird if I
visiting
go to
with
the Netherlands.
them.
You guys aren't.
I'm visiting with them,
Please.
so I'll be there.
Yeah.
Robin. Robin.
And the sun is setting down for this episode.
Uh,
The sun is gone.
Colin, you gotta come too.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of 48 Talk.
That was good. That was good. That was really good.
Alright,
Awesome.
guys. We'll see you next time then.
We'll see you.
Bye, everybody.
48 Talk brought to you by Robin Sunset. Now to end the episode. Bye.